So by all means, please like, subscribe, share the love, but definitely subscribe so you can get notifications when I go live, when I share new videos. Definitely hit the subscribe button. You know, that's free. Liking a video is free. It doesn't cost a thing. So I truly, truly appreciate the time you took to look at my stuff. And I'm looking forward to making more videos for y'all as well. Okay? Okay? All right. Moving on. Let's talk about what we got going on in these Hollywood streets, child. Jeezy and Jeannie Mine. They back at it again, y'all. I tell you that. Why can't people just get divorced and go on about their damn life? Hmm? Why? I just decided I wanted to have a little chit chat with y'all because I'm tired of having a conversation about these two. They wanted to get together so bad. They were riding around on bicycles and making music videos about each other, about how much they loved each other, how much that love is so much better than all the loves they had before. Jeannie with her dark meat on the side is now the main course, and Jeezy had all these other beautiful black women he dated in the past, but now all of a sudden, this is the one. And I have nothing against interracial relationships. By all means, love who you love. But when you make it a point to try to make it seem like this relationship is so much better because it is of another culture, honey, you ain't fooling nobody. You still the trick hole you always been. We saw you in all them other relationships. We are not fooled. You are not fooling anyone. We see you. Okay? And for some reason, I guess she thought you were going to be different. Or that she was going to be able to control you in some bizarre way or change your behavior. Because I'm the kind of person where when you see a trend of behavior, you believe the person. You don't pretend like that trend of behavior is a fluke, especially when you've seen them do the same thing over and over again with 4 or 5 different women. No, you believe them. Believe them. By all means, you believe them. And I guess Jeannie Mai didn't believe that fat meat was greasy either. But she found out. She found out that she got the same man that them other 5 women got. Yes. Yes. Yes, darling. Yes, you did. So, Jeannie Mai. Well, Jeezy is now coming back and he's saying that Jeannie Mai is smearing his name. Because he said no, no, no to baby number 2. Okay? He's claiming that after all of these allegations that came out over the weekend about him whooping up on little Jeannie Mai's butt, and all the bruises and AKs laying around the house, him walking around looking like Tony Montana. He's now saying, oh no, that ain't me, that's not me, I'm not Mr. Snowman no more. No. She lied. Okay. Okay, Mr. G. He is saying, no, no, no. If I was this guy, then why would she want to have another baby with me? Why? Now, this is per TMZ. They made a report on this. It said the rapper filed new legal docs in his divorce case with Jeannie. And he's offering up a firm defense to Jeannie's bombshell claim from last week, in which she alleged that Jeezy was reckless and abusive, and that he'd gotten physical on at least one occasion. But from what I recall, she actually mentioned 2 different occasions. The golf cart incident, which, you know, had her little legs all bruised up and stuff from the photos that she shared. And something about he hit her in the face or on the chin or something like that. So I recall there allegedly being 2 incidents that she mentioned. You know, don't quote me. So then he dropped some text messages between Jeannie Mai and himself about how she's saying that, you know, she's going to be ovulating and his job is basically to get her, you know, knocked up. And that was back in April of 2022. And I'm paraphrasing, of course. And she sent him a photo of her ovulation schedule, saying ovulation in 6 days. And in January of 2023, she also sent him another text message essentially pertaining to something similar. Basically prompting him and letting him know, hey, let's get sexy time going because, we're trying to pop out another baby. Well, in new paperwork obtained by TMZ, Jeezy once again denies any such notion. He is basically saying that he did not want a second child. He said, indeed, Jeezy claims that Jeannie was desperate for another bundle of joy with him and adding to their family of three. But he claims when he rebuffed her, she simply couldn't handle it. In fact, he even goes so far as to allege that once he notified her that he'd already drafted up divorce docs in June, threatening to file them, if their marriage didn't improve, she then went to IVF specialists to get that process going, in the hopes of conceiving that anyway. So basically, he was saying that she went on to try to conceive without his help. I'm assuming maybe his sperm was already being stored, because I don't know how that would even be possible without his help. Jeezy then responds saying, of course, Jeezy says he wasn't on board with that, even though he claims she pursued the process and might have dropped thousands of dollars in doing so. So, remember when I said that he was talking about how she was actually the one who was the violent one? Well, if you recall, he had done this interview with Sway Universe, and here's what he said about he kind of said it in jest, kind of like jokingly, when he was talking about his family. But on Sway Universe, this is what he said in an interview.
It looks really good. I love my family, man. Yeah. I love our dynamic. I love the way we rock. I love how people don't understand it because it ain't for them to understand it. You know just as well as I know. Like, my wife from the Bay, so I don't know why people get it misconstrued. She's just like us on the low. Bro, that's what I've been trying to tell them. My wife pop off. I have to calm her now. I'm like, yo, you're bugging right now. I'm way too classy for this. Saying like, let's leave the people alone. Like,
you know how you remind us, Jeezy, that everybody's a teacher that enters our life.
Yeah.
So he way too classy for it, huh? Child, really, Mrs. Snowman? Okay. But like I said, I feel like he married her to try to make over his, whole image and background, because he was selling books and he thought that she would be a much more marketable option, because all the other women that he had babies with, he never wanted to marry those women. He didn't even think about marrying them. But this one, who had access to a different market of a different audience, yeah, he's going to marry her and try to redo his image, the Mr. Snowman image, as he went on his campaign to try and sell his books. And then right after he got done his rounds, he files for divorce, conveniently. Now, he's saying that she had a bad attitude, a temper, blah, blah, blah. And he mentioned that in the interview, but he said it as a joke. But he also then, prior to that, in that same moment, says, "Oh, I love my family. I'm so happy. I'm glowing." All the BS, that goes along with making these types of jokes about how her temper and everything was so bad. I'm a firm believer that when somebody's behavior is a certain way, they don't just all of a sudden start behaving that way. Okay? These two have been dating, I think, for almost 2 years, or I think they met during the pandemic, or they started dating. He went on their talk show or something, and then they started dating after that. I don't believe that he just never seen this type of behavior of any kind from her, where she showed any kind of uh, aggression or anything. I don't believe it. I believe that people always show you themselves after a certain period of time of spending long periods of time with them. We just choose to ignore it. If it really bothered him that much, then he should have addressed it, or he should have walked away. But apparently he was fine with it because it suited his whatever his goal was at the time, which I personally feel was to further his range of audience. I really feel like he was trying to do over his image, because he's very different from the snowman we knew in the music videos. Indeed. Well, he looks very different. I don't think his behavior is different, because he's still in my opinion, and like I said, all this stuff is alleged, but in my opinion, he's still, when you do this kind of stuff, have children walk away, create broken homes, and even in the Jeannie Mai situation, this is ninja behavior. It's ninja behavior, but and then he talks about how could he be a violent guy if she wanted another baby with him. Well, when you're in this situation, you're not thinking clearly, especially if you're saying you told her you were going to divorce her if the marriage didn't improve, then she's in the mindset of, well, what can I do to fix this? What can I do to try to fix this situation? And for a woman, your maternal instinct sometimes will come on and say, maybe another baby will fix this. Maybe this will bring our family even closer together. So maybe that's what she was thinking. I'm not making excuses for her, because, why bring another life into this situation that's already toxic? But when you're in the middle of the eye of the storm, you're not thinking it's toxic. You're thinking, oh, this might actually bring us closer together. But now that she's outside of it, she seems to have gotten a more clear head about herself, and now she's going for the jugular, honey. So it's also been written that he no longer wants primary custody. I guess all of these claims coming out about him, sort of being exposed. Mr. Jeezy's getting exposed. He no longer wants primary custody. Now he wants joint custody. So he wants the judge to write out a formal schedule for the time that he can spend with his baby. I wonder how much time he's spending with the other 3 kids he has. She ain't heard that from me. Just seems to me he's so overly consumed with, the structure and time. I don't ever remember there being any claims in the media about him fighting for time with his kids, with the other baby's moms. And I'm sure he doesn't, spend weeks at a time with those kids. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's true. I've got no proof of that. But I know they're probably sitting over there scratching their heads like, why is he fighting so hard to make sure he's got time with the baby? He probably hadn't seen those other kids in months. But I'm going to mind my business, child. You ain't heard it from me. Okay, Jeezy and Jeannie Mai, y'all figure this out, because we tired of hearing from y'all and y'all fugazi's bull crap. Jeezy, you just don't want to pay child support. That's what this is all about. You done got all the use out of Miss Jeannie Mai you gonna get. You got tired of her mom and her brother living in your house, and it got to be a little bit too much, I guess, for you. And now you decided to be done, but it's just not as easy walking away from it as you thought it was gonna be. So, yeah. Move on, boo. Pay the child support. Pay the child support and be done. I tell you.